Our fourth presenter before the intermission is the poet laureate from Racine. We introduced the poet laureate from Kenosha. We now have the poet laureate from Kenosha. Fantastic. Mr. Nick Ramsey. He has a simple philosophy: practice makes permanent. That's pretty simple, yeah.
Yes.
He's been entertaining audiences with freestyle raps since age 15. He's only 16 now. You know. He has recently published his first book. Oh, I thought I was the only author here. Rhymes and Rambles, and will soon release the album Nick or Nicholas. Nick is the co-founder of the independent production company and record label Family Power Music. Mr. Nick Ramsey.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I am truly only 16 years old. Oh, yeah, that's right. I had 6 years or
Sure.
whatever it is.
You're 19.
19. So I typically do like freestyle raps and like raps and like spoken word performance. So when Lisa contacted me and asked if I would come and do a story, I was like, this is kind of out of my element. So I was like, all right, maybe I could just create something. I was like, just think back of one of your experiences in life. So this is not as like beautiful, and it's a little bit more like shocking. So hopefully you're okay with that. If not, then well, shit. Going back to Racine.
Lock the doors.
So excuse me ahead of time. So in 2011, I created a 6-track sampler CD, and had a release party, and then went on a nationwide Amtrak tour. And I was staying with friends, from New York City to LA to, all over the place. And so this is a story about one of the experiences I had on that trip. So, started in Chicago, went out to New York City, and I'm coming back across the country west. And I stop in Chicago for like a layover for about 4 hours. So I decide I'm gonna go to the Willis Tower, or what they know as in the past, the Sears Tower. Do the little climb the thing, or go up the elevator and go out in these little, like projected windows and everything. And go get some food. Then I come back to the station. I'm sitting outside with my skateboard, my backpack, and like this little kind of lunchbox type of thing, little cooler that I kept my Seagram's, whiskey in. And I'm just sitting there mellowing out for about an hour before the train comes. And this gentleman comes up, older dude, I didn't even see him come, he just came up and he was like, "Hey man, you're a skateboarder, huh?" It's like, "Yeah." And he says, "That's cool, man, cool, yeah, a lot of skateboarders smoke pot." I was like, "I guess so, yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that." He was like, yeah. A lot of skateboarders take mushrooms. I was like, "Take mushrooms?" "Oh, some of them do, yes, some of them do." And he's like, "You want some mushrooms?" So I'm like, outside a huge train station, and this guy's asking me if I want psychedelic mushrooms. And I'm about to go out to California, and I'm like, shit, why not, man, So this is all true too, guys, so, I have no regrets about my past. So he reaches in his backpack, he said, "Man, I just got back from San Francisco, I got a pound of mushrooms in my backpack." Reaches in, grabs a handful, puts it in my hand. Now they're illegal, obviously, right? So I'm sitting there with this huge pile of mushrooms. I'm like, "Oh my God." I stick it in my cargo pocket. And I'm like, this is stupid as hell. I'm gonna get arrested and I'm gonna be in jail in Chicago. All right. Well, at least I'm having a trip. Good trip here. Not yet having a trip, you know what I'm saying, but having a trip. And so I go into the train station and I'm in line to check in, recheck in. They say, "Excuse me, sir, could you step into this line over here?" I'm like, oh. My dreams are coming true, So I go into this line. I'm chilling, and I'm not chilling. I'm freaking out, and I'm just like, well, at least it was fun in New York City. And so this lady, she says, I need to swab this, and this. She's like swabs my skateboard, this cooler thing I had and whatnot. Takes a swab and puts it into this little like, I don't know, detector of some sort. I guess it was like for explosives or something like that. And so it was like, oh, you're good to go ahead. So I'm like, yeah, all right. So I got like mushrooms in my pocket, about to get on a train. I did pay $20, but anyway, so I get on the train. I'm like, I gotta go check these out, I go into the bathroom on the train. I pull them out. There's like lint and mushrooms, and it's like a half ounce of mushrooms, and you don't pay $20 for a half ounce of mushrooms, anyways. But I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. I'm about to go to California, and I got a half ounce of mushrooms for $20. So, anyways, I get out to in the San Francisco area, have some fun for a little while, take some trips, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm on my way to LA, and I got one little, bit left, enough for, a nice little fun time. I did share. And I had a person that was going to be housing me in LA. And so about 8 hours before I get there, I call him, and he doesn't answer. 4 hours, doesn't answer. I'm like, well, I need to come up with a secondary, plan of action here. So I look all these different options for accommodations, and I end up finding a hostel. A hostel's $40 a night. I'm like, all right, 10 blocks from the train station. I'll go there. They said, well, just so you know, you're going to be rooming with someone that you don't know. And I was like, well, all right, cool. So I get there about 9 o'clock at night. I walk my area, walk 10 blocks, get to the place, pay my deal, go up there. The guy's not there. So I kind of stuff everything like on my side of the room type deal. Take a shower, decide I'm going out, man. I'm gonna go out and check out LA for the one night. I made arrangements to move on the trip down to Arizona after that the next day. So I'm like, well, screw it, man. I'm taking these mushrooms. So I took the mushrooms, and I get out. I got my backpack and my skateboard. And I go 2 blocks up the street, and here's this guy just chilling on the corner. And he says, hey, excuse me, son. He said, can you help me to the bus station, the bus stop? I was like, sure, yeah, no problem. He's a blind gentleman. So, I'm helping him. And if you guys know anything about psychedelics, it takes about 15, 30 minutes to kick in. So whatever, I'm walking, I'm good, so I get him there, whatever, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm like, all right, look at this bar over here. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to this bar. Go to this bar. They're buying me drinks. I'm starting to feel pretty good. There's some ladies there, like, hollering at me. I'm like, man, this is what's up in LA, and things start getting a little real, So I'm like, yeah, all right, okay, things going down in LA here. So they tell me about this food place. I'm starting to get hungry. I should, definitely have eaten something before I ate the mushrooms. So I go to this place, get directed to a club. Club's closed. It's already 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm fully engaged in my tripping. And I'm like, shit. I'm not going back to that hostel with some random dude chilling in a room. so I'm like, what do I do? In the middle of LA, in not the nicest neighborhood, at 2 o'clock in the morning, tripping out. I come up to this corner. This dude says, hey, güero, which I think is like white boy, right? I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? He's like, you got any rolling papers, man? It's like, yeah, I do have rolling papers, man. He's like, you want to smoke some weed, man? It's like, yeah, why not? Let's go, man. So we go across the street. He rides a pink bicycle across the street. He's got some ladies chilling with him, right? I'm not really putting 2 to 2 together here. We go across the street, he rolls up this joint. All of a sudden, this guy comes up. He sells him crack. Like, right here, Like, not only did I get mushrooms at a train station, I'm standing next to a dude in LA at 2 o'clock in the morning selling crack. And I'm tripping balls. Very stupid. Don't do this. whistles, one time. One time means like a police officer's coming, right? So, we kind of like walk around the corner or whatever, smoke the joint. And he's like, hey, Widow. Well, at this point, he knows my name. I tell him my name. So he's like, hey, Nick Ramsey. He's like, Nick Ramsey, I like your Kangol hat, man. I need to change my description. Can I buy that from you? I was like, no. I kind of want to keep it because it's like, someone gave it to me and it was my first ever Kangol. It's pretty fresh, And so he's like, come on, man, I just helped you out, man. And then all of a sudden this guy, right, comes rolling up, amputated leg, in a wheelchair, shaking a bottle of pills. Who wants prescription pills? Who wants prescription pills? Chino is this gentleman's name, not the guy in the wheelchair, but the guy calling me Nick Ramsey. Chino pulls out a crack rock, puts it in a crack pipe, fires it up right next to my head. Boom. He's like, you want some crack, man? Shit's real, isn't it? I'm telling you, this is a real story. I'm like, no, I don't want any crack, man. I'm sorry. I'm okay with more natural stuff. This crack stuff, I'm not down with. He's like, let me buy your hat, man. Starts getting real, like, agitated. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep my hat, man. I'm cool. I didn't tell him I was tripping out yet at this point, but I'm really tripping out now. There's police officers. One time. He's like, Nick Ramsey, I want your hat, man. Let me wear your hat, man. So I'm like, all right, man, here, try it on, He's like, I just want to look at it. So he's looking at himself in this car window. He's looking good. He's like, take a picture of me, man. On your smartphone, take a picture of me. So I take a picture. I have the picture of my good friend Chino. So if you guys ever want to see it, I could show you it. I just have to bring my backpack out. And so he says, come on, man, I'll give you $20 and some marijuana. I was like, no, man, I'm okay. And he's like, well, give me some money then, man. And I'm like, I don't have any money, man. I'm just chilling out here. I'm trying to And he's like, I helped you out, man. You're not going to help me out. You want to give me your Kangol? He's still wearing the Kangol. And I was like, I'll tell you what, man. I can't sell you the Kangol. But what I can do is tomorrow, when I get my deposit money back from my hotel, I can come meet you, give you $20, and, maybe get a little bit of pot. We'll smoke it together before I board the train. All of a sudden, the police come. He runs off. and I'm just freaking out, The police are all over the place. I got nothing on me, illegally or anything like that. But he's got my hat. And so I'm like, well, I'm screwed. So anyways, I go back to the hostel. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning at this point in time. I go in. This dude's snoring. I don't really pass out for another couple hours. 6 o'clock. I told him, meet me at this place at 12 o'clock. So, I'm like, maybe Chino will be there with my hat. Maybe, just maybe.
Sure.
So I go into the corner where I'm supposed to meet Chino at 12 o'clock. Chino's nowhere to be found, I'm looking all over. I'm like, Chino, come on, Chino, where you at, man? Chino, listen. And I got all my bags. I'm ready to go to the train station, all that stuff. So then I'm like, well, screw it, man. I lost a hat. At least I didn't get shot. So I'm walking to the train station, and up rolls on a pink bicycle Chino. He says, hey, Nick Ramsey, I bet you thought I was going to steal your hat, huh? So he gives me my hat back. I give him $20. We smoke a blunt. He tells me how he hates life, and he wants to be my best friend. And I head on to my next destination.
Yeah. Did you put yourself in that predicament? Hey. Later tonight.